Hi everyone, welcome to the practice of yoga for spring awakening. My name is Sabine Appleby and I'm gonna be your teacher for this practice. So something to mention before we start is that you might need to have some blocks around for this practice. In general, in Yin Yoga we tend to have props around, so grab them on. Maybe bring anything else you usually have, something maybe like a strap if you feel that maybe will benefit you. Also things like a rolled up towel or maybe even pillow that is maybe a little bit thick enough to hold you up off of the floor in certain positions. But blocks will be our main friend today. So I will get started by laying down on our spines. So take your time to go down onto your back and relax the spine. If you feel that you need maybe a pillow or a block underneath your head, please do put that there. And then I would like you to bring the knees together and the soles of the feet apart to the sides of the mat. So you'll see that by doing that movement, you won't need to control anything about the legs. And at the same time, there is a nice rotation in the hips that allows your lower back to kind of relax down towards the floor. Now take a moment here to kind of find any last movements or wiggles that you might need for your physical body. Closing slowly down the eyes. And we're breathing through the nose. So noticing your inhale and exhale, release the hands wherever they want to go. I tend to bring them on top of my body because I like to feel that physicality of movement of the breath. But you can always have them by the sides or over the head, wherever suits you and your body today in this practice. And if it doesn't feel comfortable to close the eyes, you don't have to close the eyes. It just kind of helps again me to disconnect from the distractions that are around me, as I have plants around and different colors and things around in the room that maybe if I kind of come out of the practice, my mind will start observing other things and maybe a different type of thinking will start happening, and then I'm away from the practice. So for me, it helps to close the eyes, but I totally get it if you don't feel like doing that. If it's your first couple of times practicing yoga as well, it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, and you might even wonder when you close the eyes, is everyone else closing the eyes? But notice, how is that relevant to you? How is it relevant if I guide to close eyes, but maybe I myself am not closing them? How is that affecting you? How is that affecting your practice itself, but also what you're feeling in the moment? So closing the eyes and feeling completely awkward and constantly thinking what others are doing is already kind of taking you away from this self-meditation. So can you just observe yourself, see all those feelings, reflect on maybe why those feelings are coming? Did something happen maybe previously somewhere else where you closed the eyes and maybe someone made fun of you, for example? So maybe here a good reminder is that you are in a safe space. Whatever you feel is worthy to feel it. Even if it's a little bit uncomfortable, it happens. If you feel that there is something you don't want to feel, again, reflect why. And if you know for sure that this feeling is not serving you any longer, choose with your mind's awareness to let go. Just say to yourself, I let go, I release it. I forgive, I let go, I let go. And it might feel like it doesn't sound as effective, but the more we practice this release in our head, the more it actually happens also in our everyday life, that we let go of situations that we can't have any control of, and we also let go of the need to control things. Nice. We'll stay here for one more minute. Maybe start bringing the hands on top of your belly noticing the breath there. Maybe creating a longer exhale. So in Yin Yoga, yes, we have our eyes closed, but we are in control of the breath. And what I want you to focus is to have a deep breath in, so you can really feel the depth of the breath going into the body. And then also we kind of exaggerate the exhale and make it very, very slow, as if we are not releasing it. We're kind of only allowing a little gap of air coming through us. So it takes time to release the breath from the body. Beautiful. Taking 2 more breaths here. Fantastic. And wiggle your feet slowly closer towards each other, bringing maybe the knees into your chest. You can keep the eyes closed, that's totally fine. Bringing the knees in, maybe a bit of a rock from side to side, if that feels nice on your spine and your muscles that surround the spine. And gently release the knees to one side, helping yourself with the top hand to come up with support of your hands, rotating yourself towards the front of your mat, finding a comfortable seat and joining the hands together in your heart center, thumbs together, thumbs touching, closing eyes again if you've opened them, and setting your intention for the practice. So where you want to send that energy today. Remember that we are practicing for spring awakening, and maybe this is the time for you to kind of reflect on any goals, if you were setting any goals in January for the kind of calendar year, or maybe you go season by season and you're setting new sets of intentions for springtime. Maybe you feel that, this is the right time to birth new ideas, just as spring comes and there is a lot of new, fresh life around us. Maybe we have new, fresh life and ideas within us as well. Great. Whenever you have your intention, let's get into the next posture. So I would like you to come into all fours position. And before we even go into stillness, if you feel like it, create a few movements there, maybe a cat-cow, maybe a bit of a side to side with the hips, maybe just the head hangs. Find a little bit of movement so you just can also sense your body here in this moment, as the first posture was very still. So see if there's anything here that you want to move and that you want to release. Maybe it's the toes, maybe it's the wrists. And we'll go into a hip opening pose. So from there, all fours, bringing the left knee closer towards the left wrist, and maybe scooch back a little bit the right knee first. With your right hand you can help the left foot to go more towards the right. It doesn't need to be parallel to anything. Our bodies are not lines. So release, then scooch the right leg further back behind you, and finding this shape of pigeon. So pigeon is a lovely shape for the hips. Don't worry if you feel as if you're not going to be able to come out of the pose. You will. The rest of your body is there for you. Maybe bring blocks in front so you can relax the forearms on top and relax the head. Left bum cheek is in the air most probably, unless you are super flexible already in this type of positions and the bum is down on the floor. Otherwise, the other option, I'm just going to change legs so you can see, is to put the block or a pillow or even a few books under the bum towards the thigh of your left glute, that is the knee bending right now, okay? And then again you can go down, you can stretch the arms towards the front, you can have even the forehead on a block or a pillow or a bolster. If you have a bolster, oh my goodness, how lucky. So find your version of the posture that you are comfortable sitting in for a while, making sure that the main joints such as the knees, the elbows, the ankles, the wrists are in no pain. Of course, the spine in no pain. There might be a little bit of discomfort. Of course, it is a stretch. It is a kind of a shape of the body that we might not be holding in general in our day. Okay, we don't really sleep in pigeon pose. So finding that edge in the pose where you can breathe with intention, but you can also feel the stretch. You're not totally relaxed. You're working with the fascia, the connecting tissue of the body here. Very therapeutic, working with meridians of the body as well. Relax. And this type of postures, the hip opening ones, are quite nice for many other activities as walking, hiking, running, climbing, bouldering. To be honest, I don't know of any activity that doesn't require hip mobility, so really enjoy this. Our everyday life requires mobility on our hips, so give your body this time to have a bit of a massage. Nice. Slowing down the exhales, letting go, softening your body towards the floor, noticing how it feels in this moment. What's the experience of this moment? Maybe the forehead is down on the floor, maybe there's a pillow, maybe you're stretching, the hands further to the front. See where you can stay for longer without struggling too much. No pain, no judgment. Observing, letting your mind drift to your inward body, your inward spirit, the inward. And again, thinking that you are practicing creating energy and knowing that you want to send the energy either to yourself, to someone else, or to something else, but you are creating an energy. You are focusing it to something. Maybe just reflecting on what you're gonna focus on for the next season, for the spring season. Taking 3 more breaths here. Whenever you've done your 3rd breath, no rushing, use the palms of the hands to help your spine, if it was folding deep down, to come up. And then use the toes of the right to scooch the right knee closer. And you can release the left leg back. It might feel nice to stretch the legs one by one. Maybe you want to do kind of like a bum side to side. Whatever feels good. And maybe for a bit of a rebound, join the knees together and melt on top. Either the hands can go to the front or behind you. And you can always use blocks underneath your head if you don't want to place it down on the floor, because there's a different rounding in the neck. And also, if you're not sitting all the way, the bum onto the heels, you might like to have a block or a pillow underneath your bum, maybe more towards the side where the thighs and the calves are. Nice. Stay there for a few moments. See how you're doing. Lovely, and let's come onto the other side, slowly coming back onto all fours. Oh, prepare the blocks in front if you use them on the other side. Coming to all fours, this time the right knee to the right wrist, helping the foot out to the left And then scoochy the left leg back behind you. It doesn't need to be completely straight towards some sort of line or imaginary line. Just let yourself find that positioning for yourself that feels okay. Maybe a block underneath the glute of the right, maybe not, whatever feels good. And go slowly down, maybe on blocks, on forearms, maybe just relaxing the head down to one side or to the other. Wherever your body takes you, stay there and enjoy the process without rushing, without trying to compete or trying to prove anything. There's no point. Noticing if in these moments of kind of silence or surrender that your body finds this relaxing bit of, okay, I'm not walking, I'm not running, I'm not even in the office trying to focus on something. I'm here totally breath, body, mind, spirit. Maybe in those moments of relaxation, similar to when we are maybe in the shower or on holiday sometimes, and we're totally relaxed in our mind as well. So our whole body feels that sensation of peace and bliss, that different things come on our head. So like either dreams or things we want to manifest, or we imagine things, not in the sense that we see things that are not there, but we imagine, you know, what would it be if we had this new application we want to create, whatever, something, an idea, a book we want to write. We might come with new ideas. So maybe take this opportunity of this practice coming into spring with this relaxing and open mind to what your intuition might bring to you. So you might already feel something that suddenly like, oh, you know, the color yellow came into my head. I don't know why, but that came into my head. So notice those sensations, and if you ever have those moments, it's quite handy to have a notebook nearby and just jot them down, because you can come back to them later rather than trying to not forget about it. So you can come back to the practice and again find stillness and empty in your head. Let's take 2 more breaths. And slowly, no rush, coming out again. Tucking the left toes to bring the left knee closer to you, and then bringing the right leg back behind. Again, you can stretch it back behind you. Some of you might like even to take a bit of a down dog here, so you can always have the hands, of course, prepared. That's one of your main foundations in down dog. Your index maybe pointing forward, spreading the fingers, and you can tuck the toes and find a moment into like a moving down dog. It doesn't need to be stillness. Feel your hips here. Maybe bend the knees out to the sides. See how it feels on your legs. Relax the head. Nice. And again, taking a moment to bend the knees. Maybe go one cheek down or other cheek down. Hands in front or by the sides, whatever feels good in your kind of child's pose, seashell, I call it, when the knees are together. Finding a moment of stillness there. See how it feels. Notice the moments of silence as well. Lovely. And gently, let's come out of the posture and finding a little bit of heart opening. So we'll go into puppy stretch for a moment. If you don't like it, there is alternative options. You can go into Sphinx. So Sphinx would look like this. I'm just gonna show that in case you don't want to do the puppy stretch, or maybe seal, but that's quite deep as well. So be mindful of your lower back. I would say actually Sphinx and Seal is a little bit deeper than Puppy, but you know, find your flow, find your rhythm, and see what works for you today. From all fours to go into Puppy, we walk our hands more to the front, keeping the knees, the bum where it is, and we melt slowly our chest towards the floor. Now you can stay there, or you might bring your props to put forehead on top maybe. But even if you are on the prop, I would like you to still send the chest down towards the floor. Relax the hands and also the forearms. I've been asked before, do we relax the forearms down? Yes, if they touch down on the floor, relax the forearms. Some people like to have the chin down, but be mindful we stay here for, you know, longer than just a few breaths. So opening the throat like that might feel a little bit too intense. Always listening to the body and not pushing it further from your 80% range. Stay in the posture and see how it makes you feel. Stay down, stay in your Puppy. Noticing the chest melting more down towards the floor. Noticing your tailbone stretching up towards the ceiling. Don't need to do anything, you just focus on the breath going up, down in the body. Inhaling deeply, exhaling slowly, and also thinking about your intention and thinking about what may be new energy, new set of ideas, new sets of goals. If you work with goals you want to bring into this space. Maybe you work with the moon and you go around with the new moon and the full moon, and you have always those like release at the full moons and the new set of intentions with the new moon. So don't overthink it, see something you're already doing, and if it's completely new to you, maybe welcome the thing of, you know, I'm gonna start this routine of intention setting. Every class, every yoga class, a new intention. That's what I used to do. Every yoga class I had a new intention, and it was based on my energy of that day. Also sometimes it wasn't even tailored to me. I was constantly in the beginning of my yoga journey sending the energy to someone else. I felt always that, you know, I'm already doing something good for me, for my body here and my mind, so I want this good energy that I am doing and creating to be also shared with someone I really love and appreciate, and I'm very happy that they are in my life, so I'm going to send this good energy to them. Taking 2 more breaths in your Puppy stretch, my dears. And gently pressing the palms down, taking the forehead off of the floor. You might like to go straight onto the belly and have maybe hands in front to rest your head down, maybe a bit of a shake of your bum, maybe a bend of the knees side to side. You can also go into child's pose, whatever feels good. Noticing your sensations and how you're feeling in this moment. We'll slowly start making our way onto our spines. So take your time, but slowly make your way, making your way to your back. Lovely. Whenever you've reached your spine, let's make our way onto a bit of knees in, into the chest, hug them in, and send both knees to the right side, opening left arm, left ear for a moment. You can also turn the head to the left or not. Maybe you turn even the head to the right, see maybe that works best for your neck. So in this practice you might feel that, okay, I don't really turn my neck much over my shoulders during my day-to-day life, and this is really allowing my neck to get a nice stretch so it doesn't feel that weight of the head too much. Every breath in, bringing more expansion in the body, more space. Every breath out, releasing anything that is not serving you, let go. Next inhale, let's bring the head back to center, bring the knees back, and send both knees to the left. Open the right arm, right ear maybe goes down, maybe not. You find your way. Relax, noticing, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. You are perfect exactly as you are. Don't need to change anything. And if something is going on right now in your life that maybe it's a little bit intense, just remember that this shall too pass. Everything is moving, everything is growing and developing, and nothing stays really the same forever. And sometimes it's the things we didn't expect that happen at those times, and kind of don't notice them so much as we would if it was something that we kind of didn't want to bring into our lives. Let's bring head back, knees back again, any side to side bending if that feels good. And we'll slowly make our way into Savasana, our last posture in this practice. You can have blocks underneath your knees or pillows underneath your knees, opening the legs wide to the sides of the mat and even wider if you have the space for it. Allow the toes to also flip down to the sides. Head either down on the floor, or maybe you have a block again underneath it if it needs it for like the neck to lengthen a bit. Relaxing the arms by the sides for this part, palms, rotate them up, having a nice circulation of your oxygen going through the body. Closing the eyes down, relax the jaw, feel that openness that you've created in the body, that spring awakening of the body, being ready for a lovely season that is coming. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, maybe squeeze the hand into fists. Opening the mouth, relax the hands, relax the breath. Deep breath in, squeezing hands, squeezing toes, inhaling, inhaling. Opening the mouth, relax the toes, relax the hands, so exhaling. Once more, deep breath in, squeeze everything this time, maybe the thighs as well, the eyes, the teeth, everything squeezing, engaging, squeeze the bum, the glutes, squeeze the belly, inhaling. Open the mouth and relax, exhale, exhale, exhale. Relaxation. Take this time to just stay in stillness. It's very, very beneficial, this part of the practice. Might feel as if you're not doing anything, but your body, your mind, and even your spirit is thanking you for this moment. If there is any judgment that is coming through, any, oh, I should have done this or I shouldn't do that, please release. That's the ego speaking. It's not the truth, it's not the reality. And going back to the observer, the reality, the facts, such as I feel relaxed, I feel at ease, I feel supported by the floor, I feel that I can stay here for as long as I like. I feel enough. My breath is slow, my jaw relaxed, etc. Whatever you're feeling and whatever is actually also happening in the body, that you can say, you know, my hands are on the floor, my belly is looking towards the ceiling. That's not an imagination, it's the reality of this moment. You can stay there for as long as you like. Slowly I'm gonna start taking you out, so wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, those that are coming out. Wrists, ankles might move. Hands can go over the head, toes can stretch as well to the other side, inhaling. Exhaling, bringing the knees to the chest, hugging them in. maybe a bit of a rock again from side to side. Sending both knees maybe to the left this time. Using the right hand for support, come up into a comfortable seated position. Returning maybe towards the screen or to the front. Joining the hands together in Anjali Mudra. Thumbs touch the sternum, sternum back to the thumbs, connecting your body with your spirit. Relax the shoulders, lengthen the spine. Bowing your head towards yourself with gratitude for your practice, for taking the time to move and breathe and meditate. Knowing that no effort goes ever wasted and no benefit is ever lost. Thumbs come up to the space in between your eyebrows. The divine light within me bows and honors the divine light within me. Thank you for practicing with me. Any questions, please reach out. Sabine Appleby is my name. And I thank you from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, and I'll see you very soon.